Hello, everyone. Hi. Can you hear me and see me? Can you hear me and see me? Okay. Ugh. Sorry, I'm late. I was getting my life together. I had to put the laundry in the dryer. I was taking care of some credit stuff. I had a productive Saturday. How was your day today, guys? Can you still hear me? I'm a little bit far from the microphone. Am I low? Am I speaking loud enough? Okay. Okay. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Hi, Special Sean, Green Eyed Bunny, Patty, Mega Karen, Sharon, Misty Eddie, Lotus Queen. You guys having a good Saturday? Is your year starting off? Is your year starting off? Okay. Hi, Babs running. So far, so good. Knock on wood, right? The personal year is good. Country's year. No. Hi, Lucas. Ah, been off work for 2 weeks. Nice. Hi, 1619. Hi, Moya. Hi, Toucha. Hi, Bree. You think that's legal? Well, it is. It's always been legal. That's not new. Virgil Sean. His is just more open and blatant. That's what, imperialism is and has always been here. Yeah. I mean, he's been, yeah. Hi, Angela. The audacity, you are correct. That is very dangerous. But, we'll see if anything will be done about it. I don't know. I haven't really touched on anything, so I don't know. But, they could either continue to say, oh, this is concerning, like they've been doing, or they could, I don't know, actually do something. I find the timing interesting though. Very interesting, the timing. Well, now Babs running. The Democrats have won 25 special elections. They've flipped 25 seats, and the Republicans have flipped none. So I wouldn't put the blame fully on them. They flipped 25 seats in their special elections. One very important one just happened, the last one, I believe. How would they stand up to him? Sure, we did. We voted. Sure. I know what I would do if I was in the house. I would probably end up fired or suspended or something. But I think we're at this point we're past pointing blame. We're past everything. We're just, at least for me, I'm just watching. If anyone plans to do anything about anything, I hope I find out, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone plans to do anything about anything. It's like they freeze, every when you look at history and people like this, yeah, not yet. Give it time, Lucas. When people like this do these sort of things unchecked, we get to a place where we can't return. Will we get there? I don't know. How are we feeling? Put what your emotion you're experiencing down in the chat. I think there's more than a handful, Babs. We just don't see them. And I think a lot of times standing up means like actually governing for the state you represent. There are a lot of them doing the work, but they're just not popular like the ones you just listed. Hi, Suze. I saw Giants art from the Dean collection of Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. An image of Harriet Tubman is in one of the pieces. Oh, nice. Where's that? Where's that, Suze? I'm not sad or embarrassed, Krusty. Hello, Krusty. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Jason. Hi, Angela. Oh, oh, you did? 1619. Not quick enough for me, Lotus Queen. What do y'all want to read on today? Could be on anything. It doesn't have to be political. Hi, JoJo. Hi, Natalie. Hello, user. Happy New Year. What are you looking forward to the most this year? Like individually. Can you ask your guides to give us 3 good things that will happen this year? Sure, I could do that. Three good things that will happen this year. Sure. Getting rid of the felon. Personally, user. For in your life. I mean, if you want to say personally. Oh, thank you, Angela. Honestly, Krusty, between February and April, around that time, it feels cold still when you move to California. Buying a home, very nice, Green Eyes Bunny. Yes, please hit like. All right, let's start with the pin question. 3 good things this year. I like that question because um, that was like I haven't uploaded partway because of the holidays, but partway because y'all know I like to talk, so I'm long-winded. But um, hi, Kathy. Yes, observing, not absorbing. But was I was looking at my YouTube algorithm. I started in the past few months. I started following a lot of political commentators, um, political blogs, and such. And I just got, I felt as though it was affecting me energetically. And I just went on an unfollowing, don't recommend this page sort of thing because I feel like I'm not gonna ever tell anyone what to do on their page, but I feel like a lot of the focus is, not necessarily like negative stuff. Some of it is very informative, but I feel like sometimes it's just like I don't care about MAGA and I'm saying something crazy or we get it. They voted for him and now they're suffering, like that sort of thing. I don't want to focus or put my energy into watching that kind of content or just content about this current administration and everything that they're doing. And I feel like some things they should talk about, they don't talk about. The focus is on not necessarily unimportant things, but it just feels like rehashing over and over and over and over and over and over. So I said, I don't want to watch this anymore, and followed a lot of them. I do think they're doing good work, but it's like a feedback loop, you know. Um, so I said I want to look at the good things. I want to look at good news of things, positive things that are happening in democracy, and that's what I started doing, just looking up things and you know, um, that's where I want to put my focus to. So, Suze, your question, three good things. Um, I'll answer that. Three good things that will happen. And I think it could be more informing of what people can actually do. You know what I mean? Okay, so he did this. What can they actually do? Okay, so they're doing this. What are the states doing to try and rectify this or circumvent these things? That is true, spiritual Sean. And though you have to really pay attention to what is happening in your algorithm so you could like fix it. You can fix it. Okay, three things. I heard prosperity. We'll see what the cards say. Okay. I heard prosperity was one of the words. Cards are just flying out. Prosperity, the star. A major card. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll give you the messages once I pull. They're telling me, okay, hold on. Pretty cool. The world. Sec major card. The high priestess. Three major cards. Three major cards for three good things coming to us. So the star is about This person is praying. Star is about healing. It's about trusting your inner guidance. It's about faith. It's about hope. It's about prayer. It's about um, what it is you want coming to you. It could be about manifestation. It's about, to be cliche, your dreams coming true. Okay, so, and I'm looking, the high priestess is here too in this line of cards. And so if the star is about inner guidance, is the message of the stars like trust your inner knowing, trust your inner guidance, trust your gut sort of thing. You don't what you want, you don't have to necessarily ask for, it will come to you. Just knowing, it'll come to you. The key word is knowing. And the high priestess is about knowing. Okay. So I mean prosperity. The world. Listen, if you want something to come to you, the world, if you want something good and the world shows up, that's a pretty significant card to get. It's a major card. Big life stuff, first of all, because that's a big life question. So the world is about things coming full circle for you, for us. Again, it's about accomplishments. It's about the things that you want, you get. It's about more than that. It's about elevation and advancement, new cycles, rebirth, change. Okay, this year is the year of change. Um, I think 25 was the year of, some would think, punishment. I mean, um, year 25 is a lot of turning points. I look at my life and the last year, from this election, past election cycle to now, and everything that has occurred in my life. Everything that has led up to me integrating in my gifts and all the things that has happened to me, all the experiences that I've had, all the like difficulties and good things too, ups and downs, but a lot of turning points, a lot of upheaval, spiritual Sean. Yeah. So, having the world as an answer after a ton of difficulties, we're restarting. Like the world is your oyster, traveling, an opportunity. Oh, my feet froze for a second. And the high priestess, protection, knowing, um, trust. I know, like uh, for example, I know I'm going through some things. They're not terrible now, um, but my response to them, usually the things that I get overwhelmed with, I'll just ignore it. I'll just avoid it. Real deal. Um, until I can't anymore, which is why I ended up in this situation I was in with my physical health. But what sometimes with other things too. But now mm, I've noticed like, oh, it'll be fine. I can deal with it because I know that's what this, in its most simplest terms, that's what the high priestess is about. You see all that power coming and going. The high priestess, yes, she is the high priestess. She is the advisor. She, sees beyond the veil. She sees, she knows, she's mysterious. She has secrets. So I feel as though my spirit guides are saying, um, in a knowing, our responses could change. How we react to situations of stress or things that can be distressing. Like this is a power that will be given to a lot of us. Patience is a virtue, and it is so hard. But the high priestess sits with all this knowledge. All this knowledge to impart to whoever she's advising, to yourself. So I think the three good things we will have this year is prosperity, faith, manifestation. I feel like this year will be able to, even though when you compare it to the physical world, and it doesn't mean that we still won't go through things. It's just a part of life. But I think um, it's an opportunity to shift your perspective, to reframe, your thoughts, and to respond in a different way that doesn't feel like you're helpless or life is just happening to you. Does that make sense, y'all? Yes, JoJo is right. JoJo, um, JoJo, prosperity, faith, manifestation. I'll take that too. It's really hard. Like, spiritual Sean, life is very hard. It's hard, but it's not terrible, Does that make sense? Jojo, you have to shake something up. You have the tower. Um, but I feel like you have to do something maybe you've been thinking about, like the thought has crossed your mind. I don't know if you're married or if you have family, children, or if you're young. You feel young, but it feels like you need to pursue this, maybe not here in this country. Hi, Transcend. Happy New Year. The day the world rights itself. That'll be the day, huh? Jojo, are you there still? You're going through it, Jojo. You're married with two boys. You're afraid of shaking things up. You got to do something extreme. Well, not extreme in a way of like, but how old are your children? You have the fool here at the end. 12 and 11. You got big dreams, JoJo. You're you 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 got some big dreams. The tower came out first. You think the tower could be scary, but it's also the Knight of Swords is there in the Fool. So it's a balance between. Hi, Dr. Ken. Y'all go subscribe to the Indigo Corner. Happy New Year, JoJo. Have you been discussing? It just feels like either it's a thought, a feeling, or you've been talking about it with your partner about doing something extreme, but not in a bad way. Not extreme. I'm using the phrase extreme because my brain is a little tired, but taking a leap of faith, thoughts and feeling. Yeah. Yeah. I could feel it. Feel that in your energy. And you're like, ooh, that's too crazy. But is it crazy? They told you to sit down. I was just tired, Dr. Ken. Yeah, yeah, Joe. Take a leap of faith. Um, Communicate what you're thinking and feeling. It may not be a good time right now. Well, actually, hey Shay, that's not true. That it's not a good time now. It's just you were thinking about. You're saying, yeah, I'd like to do this, but I don't know if you want to do it here. You want a complete change. It feels like. Yeah, you want to like you want to like rebuild. Y'all, you want to like leave with your family. This jumped out of the deck. The tower. And sometimes the tower is like complete, a redo to start fresh and that the fool is on the other side. So with the Knight of Swords there, you might want to start communicating that and thinking it's not impossible, but I think um, for your status, like to be successful, you have to take a leap of faith for a fresh beginning. It's not completely crazy, you know? It's not completely crazy. You have the Six of Swords there on the bottom, which, is a transition. And the Six of Pentacles. People will support you in that. That's not crazy. So that's, that's the message. The extreme thing that you're thinking, hi Debbie, is not that extreme. You might need to go like start somewhere. Okay? Imagine with the kids being born, we'll read about this time in the US, child. I don't even know. The history might be so remixed. If they are either when he goes, they erase him from existence, Or, I mean, that's what I would do. See, I don't care. I would roast him. If I was the incoming president, me, Kimberly Allen, mm-mm. I don't care about decorum or decency for people who don't deserve, or, I'm a respectful, kind person, but people like that, no, that goes out the window. Like he would be, I would burn myself, his paintings, everything that he was inputted, I would just erase. I'm still in limbo. I'm so sorry, Chantal. Remember, I did a reading for you. Will you be okay? Where do you live, Chantal? Where do you live again? What state do you live in? Is it New York? We'll be okay. Every time when I looked at things are scary, but whenever I look at something and don't feel there's like an emotional detachment from it, I know things will be okay. Like Chantal, you still there? Yeah, Dr. Ken, we're gonna start a podcast. I don't know. I know we ain't have a conversation about it, but we just decided collectively that you will be a part of it. Ebony, you'll be Ebony. Chantal, Chantal, you're gonna be okay. There's a lot of fear, but mm, you're gonna be fine, Chantal. Okay, don't give up. Knight of Pentacles, slow progress, but on the right track. It's focused. There's no, shakeups. The star for your immigration, okay? Keep the faith, keep the hope. Hi, Julie. The devil, the thoughts that you're having, the scary thoughts, don't let it trap you. Don't let the fear overrun you. Death after the devil. So the end of hardships, transition and change, okay? Nine of Wands is very important for your situation. It's telling you to keep going, to keep pushing. That it's almost the hardships is saying, yeah, it's been hard, but you are protected and you have to keep going because you're almost there. Okay. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands after The Nine of Wands. You know, this is you. This is your energy. This is like your spirit. Okay? Very spicy, very willful, decisive, taking decisive action. I don't know if you have a lawyer. You should get one. The Lovers. You are thinking about something that involves a choice. You're, maybe it even could be, about getting a lawyer or something important. There's two choices. You are staying or going. Don't go. You're supposed to be here. Didn't think I would say that, but Six of Wands, victory, support, people supporting you. Okay. Maybe if you don't have a lawyer, think of getting one again. Seven of Wands, standing your ground. Get a lawyer. You need protection. You have protection spiritually, but get some assistance if you could afford it. Nashville, Tennessee. Get a lawyer, Chantel, if you don't have one. But it'll be okay. Get a boner phone? What are we talking about here? My mother passed away on 8/31. The holidays were rough. Any messages around my recovery and grief? She's also a social worker for LA County. Okay, Julie. Did I do a reading for you, Julie? Sure, I could do that, Debbie. The message, Julie, for you. The message is do not try to control your grief or your recovery. And I'm going to pull a card to see if I could affirm that answer. I heard the word control when I looked at you, your name and your question. I don't know if you have problems with control. Eight of Swords. Temperance. Healing. Temperance is a healing card. If ever you were thinking about, and Four of Pentacles is about control, and so is the Eight of Swords. Temperance is about release. Temperance is about balance. Okay? And so when we lose someone we love, we want, if things feel very out of control. So that's the message. We want to feel in control, and so we think certain ways, or we may do certain things. Regarding there's angels around you, first of all. You see light. The light, maybe when you're in a room, it like brightens. Very strange. There's people around you, not just your mother. Don't try to control your grief. Let some things flow, okay? Four of Pentacles is the control. Also, sorry for your loss, Julie. You want to be a guest on our pod? Hmm. That's a good idea about the phone. Very sweet. Very true. Good, Julie. You are a control freak. See, I knew it. I could even tell just from the question. Okay. Um. Oh, someone asked about my dad's sick, and he's been in the hospital for the past couple of weeks. He see if he'll be all right. I'm sorry to hear that, Mega Karen. Debbie, I remember your question about everything, about what's happening. You do have a lawyer. Good. Good. Are they a good lawyer? King of Swords. The High Priestess. Wheel of Fortune. Your dad will be okay. Five of Pentacles and Strength. King of Swords. High Priestess. Are they trying to figure out what's wrong with him? Wheel of Fortune. Five of Pentacles. He's not happy to be in the hospital. I mean, who would be happy but Strength? He's it's it. That's either your energy or his. Why why is this happening? It's terrible. It's cancer. Yeah. He how is he emotionally? Yeah, there's the yeah. Wow, this was here. Temperance. That was there. That's crazy. Temperance is healing. It was still there. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see that still there, and it was there when I looked. It just appeared. Ten of Pentacles. Are they are they doing something to make him stronger? Are they giving him something? It feels like to increase something for longevity. So they're getting chemo. Okay, yeah, that's what if yeah. That's probably why the Five of Pentacles is really his mental. It feels like his mental is trying to pull him through. He's very strong mentally. He doesn't feel very like a very emotional person. It's like he's all just like I could be wrong. I could be feeling your energy, Mega Karen, but he feels like just give me the brass tacks, like very much like tell me what I need to do to get out of here, sort of thing. That feels more important for some reason. Yeah, yeah. He's very protected too, and his the strength he has will take him very far. You have to like it feels honestly it's like it feels like this is about you. You asked about him, but it more feels like when my guys are saying no, it's about the answer is like about you more than I'm not saying him being in the hospital is not important, but that isn't the question. Like my guides are saying, he's being taken care of. He is where he needs to be, and he's very mentally strong. There's a lot of strength and assistance and protection, and there's a sense of longevity. I don't, the Five of Pentacles here feels like your energy. It could be his, but it feels more like this is about you and how you are taking all of this in. It's very scary. You're very worried, and you may even be asking, maybe at night, why is this happening? So they're saying change your thoughts. Like the universe says, I kind of still live at home. This is very stressful for you, obviously, not to be astute, that's obvious, but it feels like, you know, to, yeah, there's mm, four of cups. We're gonna move on in a little bit. The Emperor, Judgment, Page of Pentacles. How old are you, Karen? you're there's like feelings of there's a lot going on with you. Like I don't want to tell your business, but like there's a lot of responsibility that's being you're either afraid to be passed on to you or it has been and you're kind of dreading it maybe or feeling overwhelmed a little bit. You're thinking a lot or you're trying to plan ahead and you want to know what's happening as opposed to um, being present. You're thinking like 4 steps ahead feels like, which yes, you always need to be prepared when your parents are not doing well, like when they're in these situations. But the message feels like you need to be turn your you need to turn your attention. It's showing me your father. Hello. You could email me, Mega Karen. My email's my email is in my where's my email? It's in my bio. There's a big message. Okay. I heard a national attorney firm. I hired. Oh, nice, Krusty. There's a big message, Karen. That'll probably take. It's so many messages that I can't give it in the live. There's a lot happening. There's like 2 different things happening. Okay, I'm going to answer this. Hold on, wait, let me see what the question. Give me a second. Um, to see what it, okay. Um, when I saw that, is he still missing? First of all, he said he was missing and his wife was missing. When I saw, y'all see the Debbie's question about Venezuela? Do you see attorney getting me? Oh, I didn't see the last part of your question, Krusty. What state do you live in? All right, so Venezuela. When I saw it, I thought I didn't. I just was like, I rolled my eyes and just was like, yeah, sure, not surprising. Um, and then I said, Florida. Um, I don't mean like, oh, this will be terrible. I didn't look into the energy, but I said, aren't they? I believe they're part of the ICC. Then I said, huh, that'd be interesting that they did that. And then I saw that they actually pulled out in December, and then Trump administration attacked um, in January. So the timing isn't timing just like divine? It's so perfect. Um, I mean, this is just sort of like classic, classic imperialistic, dictator, fascist moves, and use the propaganda of this man's a fascist, so we're doing the right thing. When really, like, that's not that's not the truth. And lots of administrations have done it, even Democratic ones. Um, when a country that's poor has something that is of value, you know, that's what they do. And will they help rebuild Venezuela, a country? What bothered me the most, I could say, is um, seeing the quote of "We're gonna take over until." That was weird. The America will take over Venezuela. That was weird. I don't even know if he could do that, if that's accurate, but that's what he said. Until they form a government. Like that's just some weird, shady. Like it feels like a different. I know things like this happen, like it happened in Iraq. Like things like this happen, but it's so like a movie. It's so uncomfortable. And so that was weird when I saw that was the only thing that really bothered me the most. And I think that's the most important thing, the words. And it used to be good Florida. Like a long time ago. I would always say, I'm gonna move to Florida years ago before I knew better. But anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah. So what's gonna happen? Um, they're part of the UN, so that's weird. Weird. Let's see what will happen. I'm gonna use another deck. I feel as though, well, let me just sit here for a second and think about and feel what the energy is saying. I know, for one thing, I know that Venezuela purposely removed themselves from the ICC just so this could happen. Um, I know that. I know that. And first of all, everything I've said here, everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for informational purposes only. Everything I say here and have said here is alleged. Okay. Even in this here chat. But anyway, back to what I was saying. My spiritual Sean, let's see what he said. He cannot handle one country, let alone another. And he barely speaks a very true. But that was done purposely. There are people in the Venezuelan government that I was working directly with. But anyway, um, let's see. Let me pull a card to affirm that. The timing is just to. The timing is just to. It just happened when I researched. The timing of them removing themselves from the ICC is just too close. That was orchestrated. There's some shady stuff. I mean, we know that, but I'm talking about specific people within that government. There's a lot of shade. And it's not for the benefit of their country. Page of Swords. The Emperor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shady. Page of Swords. The Emperor. This is control here. This is someone sharing information with the Emperor, okay? And this is control, like an exchange of information and ideas. Okay? Oh, yeah, I forgot I had those. I should pull those out too. I'm about to copy you, Shay. Pull them out, let me know what you pulled. I don't feel like getting up. Queen of Wands. Let's see, I'm lagging a little bit. Queen of Wands, child. Six of Pentacles, give and take. I scratch my back. I mean, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Two of Cups. Let me see what's here. Victory. Let me see if the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to shuffle. Let's see if the Three of Pentacles come up. Oh, you're going to. Let me get up. I'm going to get up and get them. Give me a second. Because there's some backdoor deals happening. And it also kind of feels like America is like, this administration is holding something over them, or like, feels like Nine of Cups. Shady. I wouldn't be surprised. Five of Cups. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, let me get my other deck. Let me get the True Crime. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm in a tight space here. Bear with me. I'm back. Okay, let's see here. It feels like there are two possibilities. The energy has not been, decided yet. Two outcomes. I see two outcomes. I can't answer that, Mylene. What's going on here? Show me in these cards, please. All right, y'all. Let's see here. What does that say? Interesting. Justice. Road. Fair. Affair. Perversion. Abuse and neglect. Homicide. Okay, so we got justice, road. Y'all know me in these cards. I don't know what to be saying sometimes. Affair. That feels to me like, I scratch your back. Spouse and partner. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Perhaps partnering. I don't know. Abuse and neglect. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like in movies where there's a gang or the mob, and they're trying to get information. They're like holding someone over a overpass or over a building, threatening to drop them. That's what it feels like they're doing to Venezuela. See image I'm being shown. Like somebody made that deal and said, if you give us the oil, we'll do this. But it's false. Homicide, perversion. You know? Two things will happen. First possibility, and I'll pull to see. Girl, I gotta text you. Please call. I think, man. Okay. Let's see what you got. Did you text me? Okay. Let me know. But there's two things, and I'll pull to see what could be more likely. Right? So, first possibility that I see, because the energy is not, you know, cause and effect is still happening. It's not settled yet. But either someone goes, oh, this is, someone important. I can't do anything but protest and do lives. But someone of importance, speaks up and says we need to do something. And something is done, whether it's, I would know, would know what that would be. Who would that be? The UN, maybe. Um, or it just continues. People just say this is dangerous or this is concerning, and nothing changes from it. We just continue on. Okay. So Ebony pulled guilt, cult, crime of passion, and couple. Yeah, I'd say that's along the same shady shit. Let's see what is more likely to happen. Okay. Give me a major card if the first option will occur. Shady as hell. Now, there's many things. People really investigate what happened. Someone whistleblowing, or will people remain asleep? King of Swords. King of Swords in the world on the bottom. In the sun. Could be. King of Swords is about truth, clarity, and communication. The sun is about exposure, abundance. The world. Interesting. All right. How likely is option 2 to be? Where no one does anything and we continue on as usual. Four swords on the bottom. Six of cups. The hangman. Knight of swords. The lovers. The empress. Death. Knight of pentacles. A lot of honestly, I don't know. Knight of pentacles. Death and knight of pentacles. It feels like, honestly, it feels like a mixture of both. It feels like a mixture of both. You know, if it's like it's still too early, really, for to have this sort of like what's gonna happen in terms of Maduro. Is he alive? I don't know. I don't know. Um, Shady as hell. Let's see. See this energy? Back to center, please. Back to center, please. Thank you. Back to center. Okay. Um, will Trump will the Trump can you please? Will the Trump administration receive any consequence from bombing Venezuela? You see only one moved? Back to center, please. Back to center. Go on. Go back. Go back. Go back to center, please. Thank you. Will we just continue on as usual? Will we just continue on as usual? See how one moved? That's what I'm saying. It's a mixture. Or it's too early to tell. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. Just look back to center. Is the energy still, is it too early to tell what will be the outcome? Is it too early to tell what will, hold on, holding it weird. Okay. Back to center. Bear with me, guys. This energy is crazy right now. I can feel it just pushing all over. See, it's too much happening. Is it too early to tell what will happen? Is it too? Yeah, see? Too early. Will people continue? It's a lot of things. Super sketchy, Julie. I bet they did fly to Moscow. He could be down with it, Maduro, and was like, just take it. I don't care. Take the country. Anyway, child. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Now, how will people react? You know, what I find a lot of issue with is honestly, only news source I use is MS Now. Um, they're the only news source I look at because they're the only news source that actually covers everything, and they stay on top of it. It's just not like one story and then they one or two stories and they move on. No, like they keep covering the same things, and they challenge the Trump administration. Yeah. And so a lot of people who do a lot of like bloggers who have political blogs and things, they don't, for me, they're technically not news, but the way they do the clickbait stuff, and they don't always follow the important thing or talk about the important thing. So how long will they talk about this? You know what I mean? How long will they? How long will they talk about Venezuela? How long will they stay on top of this? Um, just like with the Jack Smith stuff, he got his way and made them look stupid, the Republicans. But no one, I didn't see the news. Only MS Now is the only news source I've seen really like following this. I didn't see other people, other bloggers or political bloggers talk about this. That this um his testifying was made public. There's a video on YouTube, and the transcripts are available of his investigating Trump and why he why he indicted him. No one talked about that. I have seen Aaron Parms, his articles. Yeah. I don't look at Midas Touch anymore. He is. You're right, Transcend. That's why I don't watch them anymore. I can't like I. It's the same sort of like I know these people genuinely care, but it's very much also it's clickbait, and it's you know when you it's not when you see the title of something, it's just like come on, this is not really news. It's not news. It's not breaking news. It's not, and you should be actually covering something else. I don't know, something important. It probably is. Yes, those freaking AI thumbnails. It's just very frustrating and so blatant. And it really just tells you I don't, like I said, this like runs deep, all this corruption, and it's not a secret, it's not anything new, but it's just very dirty, and it just makes you like not want to talk about it. The type of corruption that exists when we're to a point as a society when we complain about free buses or free healthcare, you know, or when you say that's radical, or when you say like I see articles like about Mamdani and people who just want to govern the right way to take care of their society that they're supposed to be in charge of. That's not realistic, or there's so many people are just warped into believing basic human rights are radical. And so I choose to look at, like, I watched Mamdani's inauguration. It was so beautiful. If you haven't watched it, watch it. That's the kind of inauguration the country deserved. And he's so young and he's so intelligent. And it's just, I'm so excited. I'm only 10 minutes from New York City. I'm from Brooklyn, but I was raised in New Jersey. So I consider myself also a New Jerseyan, more so. But watching that inauguration, yes, me too, Transcend. Um, if you guys want to feel good about and feel hopeful, watch that inauguration from start to finish. Okay, because it really, really made me feel good, and it really affirmed me just searching out good news and talking about good news and the positive things that has happened. So that's what I think we need to focus on this year. We really have to like not ignore the issue. We have to talk about the issues, but we have to do it in a way that is just not unhelpful and draining. And a lot of these bloggers, they need to make money. I get it, but like watch someone like watch Joy Reid. Watch her channel. Things that progress your mind in a way to where you're not. Bye, Shay. Oh, I thought you were leaving. I thought you said I got to check out. You're not leaving, but like, yeah, check that out. Check out that inauguration because it really made me feel like and realize, um, wow, we are headed in the right direction. Yes, let's focus on those things instead of focusing on Trump did this. He did what? He said what? They do this. Orange man, swollen ankle. That doesn't help us any. That we get it. That doesn't help us. We need to talk about real things that's happening and inform people what they can do in their state, what they can do and how they could do it. Heather Cox Richardson. I think I've watched one of her videos. Sorry, Shay. She's always on point. Joy Reid is always on point. I had my issues with Joy when she was on who was she on? Was she on MSNBC? I always had my issues with her because of what she did to. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. Let's move forward from that. I've let that go. But she's always good because she talks about broader issues. She talks about global issues. I've learned so much just from watching her channel. There's not a lot of noise, and you know, she speaks. When she criticizes the administration or DT, she does it in a way that is intelligent. Not to say that the people aren't intelligent, but it just like it's too much for me sometimes. You know, she does it from a perspective that is the way that is like honestly sometimes a pathology, like clinical perspective. What's going on, his personality. Like I like those sort of. But I've learned like the people she has speaking on her show, just giving all this information. I really like her channel. Hi Frank. Kim, I agree with you, but that is very difficult to do. Mm-mm. But it doesn't. It is difficult to do, but I'm talking about you could watching something, seeing like a channel talking about Trump did this today, or he said he sent out 150 messages, and then it's just like constantly insulting him, but you're not really learning anything new, or you're not. It's just to consume that constantly is too much. And I literally found myself doing that, not on purpose, but because I would see something, I'm like, oh, let's see what's going on with that, and it'd be something that is useless to me. All it would do is fuel the emotion that makes you want to just go to bed. I'm just tired. So consuming that sort of thing of constant insults and you know, it's fun to do it every now and again. But when I go to click something, that's not. It's the same thing over and over and over. This MAGA did this, and and it's typically in the title. It might not even say anything about his supporters. It might say something like, "This was just passed," and you click it, and it's something that's useless to me. Yeah, just to make you upset. Yes, that's how I feel, spiritual Sean. Like if she, I really like really kind of. There's a few people that I listen to where I'm like, wow, this person is very wise and they have a lot of knowledge. That's the vibe she gives Joy Reid for me when I hear her speak. I'm like, wow, she just is so knowledgeable, and I don't feel angry when I click out of her show. I feel informed, and I feel like, oh, sometimes it's affirming, not because our opinions are the same. I don't watch her just because like I know why would I watch someone that doesn't want me to exist as a person? But like I walk away from her channel every time feeling like I've learned so much. And I'd rather have that than the same old, same old. I remember Team America. Yep. I That's one of my favorite movies, Rachel. It drains you and it makes you not move forward. Yeah, she is free of corporate restraints. Mhm. Yeah, I love Lawrence O'Donnell. See, Lawrence O'Donnell can express his disdain for Donald Trump in a way that doesn't turn me off. You know, I don't know. Not that it turns me off, but sometimes I'm like, okay, give me something else here. Inform me about something. Do y'all want to look at whether or not Jack Smith's part two will be released? Who'd you stop watching, Spiritual Sean? I never really watched Rachel. I only look at Lawrence on YouTube, but Joy is pretty good. She doesn't just talk about the president, she talks about like other issues. All right, Jack Smith. Jack Smith. I don't know, guys. It's supposed to be. She's supposed to decide on it soon, yeah, right? If you didn't check out those transcripts from his testifying, check it out. There's video on there too, on YouTube. And you see they released it on New Year's Eve, so no one will talk about it. He made them look so stupid. Oh, he's very angry, and he made it clear to them that he believes Donald Trump will come after him. He's like waiting. Remember all those major cards? He's waiting for him to. Will it be released? Hmm. Will it? He always gets the high priestess. Will it be released? Now I did a video, saying how relentless he was to get this public, or even he is very patient. He is very self-controlled because he is full of integrity and he does everything right, and he's smart and intelligent. And so he was not going to let his foot off of their necks. And so I think, honestly, I think they have to release it. They had to release his testimony because he requested it. So they released that. They released that on New Year's Eve. And I've always said, Jack Smith is a important. He's one of the most important people here when it comes to everything falling apart. And so they released it. They didn't have a choice. He made them look foolish. And what's like astounding to me, but it shouldn't be, but it's like, or exhausting, is like they ask him, they're doing that, they did that specifically to prove that this was politically motivated, using the justice system for political revenge. And that's literally what like Donald Trump wrote it in an email. Like, it's proven that that's what he does. Will it be released? Will it be released? We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. We have the Eight of Cups. Two of Pentacles. Nope. Knight of Wands. Where did I get the Two of Pentacles? Oh, it's in here. Ace of Cups. This is the same sort of cards that I pulled for him before. Two of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Jack Smith has foresight. He tried so hard, and he just was like, why are y'all asking me something that I have nothing to do with? That I was not even there. I wasn't assigned that during that part of the investigation, so I can't answer your question. They kept trying to get him like with a gotcha, and he just was like, what? High priestess. This is him. He has so much information. And he was emphasizing how much he knows purposely, the evidence he gathered. Oh, she rejected it? Well, the answer is maybe, honestly. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a sure thing. Queen of Swords, the death card. And they just do that to do this person's. It's just so like this administration is already falling apart. You know, this is another thing that will blow up in their faces. You know what I mean? But like, I don't think people are prepared to to people that are in power. I mean, I don't think they're prepared for. It's like they're asleep at the wheel. And I'm not talking about Congress. Republicans are in charge. They they just don't give a shit. It's just like he has no one to tell him we shouldn't do that. Everyone that's in charge that he put in place of these um, agencies are, I don't know, they're just like evil people. They're not, to sound like a child, they're evil people, but I just mean like they're sycophants. They don't give a shit. So it's just like, oh, golly. He has the worst sort of people surrounded by him who are sycophants, and they have mental health problems, they have pathologies, and he goes unchecked now. So now the um it's just like they're just like, well, what do we do? They're just stunned. Like when you keep running over, my analogy, my metaphor I'm about to say might be crazy to some of you. It's like when you're playing Mario Kart and you keep you keep running over all of the banana pills. You just don't see them. You're just like stunned constantly and you can't move forward. And so that's what it's like. You either have some people that just is okay with this, it's just like, well, whatever. We just wait until everything switches again. Like, what the fuck? We're sitting here, we are, they're 40% in fascism. I say 40% because on the other hand, it's really falling apart. It's not, they can't do it the right way. They don't know how to be corrupt correctly because they still have to deal with the news and, they still have to deal with some things, but they also just do what they want. Yeah, he slips away because he got that Midas touch. That's why. Listen, Trump could he if he was raised in the right home by the right family, if he was raised with morals and values and didn't develop a personality disorder, he could do great things. He could have that's his um essence. He could have done great things if he was a better person. That's what my guides told me. And so he slips by, but he has so many. Man, his check is written. You'll see how his body's falling apart, and he like knows that his body's just falling apart. That's the worst punishment for him. He likes to appear strong, so it can't happen soon enough for me. Y'all know what I mean by it. It's the only way we'll truly, truly, truly be free. But he's just a symptom of a deeper problem. There's so many issues. There's so many issues, and so I think The right people need to be in charge. Government needs to go back to being boring. Um, and I don't know. Do we need to wait another year for that, for the Congress to flip over? Like, I don't. I've not looked at that because I don't think he'll live through this year. I feel I'm not exploring that, like his health anymore, and that's pretty much locked in. Not exploring when, um, but it's just like it's just I'm not exploring any of that anymore. I don't care to look at it anymore. His check is written. It hasn't been cashed yet. When will it be cashed? Hopefully this year. But he's just a symptom of a deeper problem that we have, and it is a tree that is deeply embedded. And I don't know. I don't know if we, I don't know if it will change. I feel like no, not in our lifetime. I don't know if America will be America. I don't know. Um, there's a lot that needs to change, and I don't know if people have the wherewithal or the care to. And kind of just makes me not want to be, part of the process. There's a lot of things that have been undone that I don't know will be fixed. The power of the people, but they have to actually give us the power. But we have to demand it, and I don't think that's happened yet. People are still sort of like, we're being pushed up, but people need to be affected more before they actually have a response. I shouldn't say everyone, that's not true. Majority of people, if you're in this room, you are not one of those people. But the majority of people, um, like I heard someone say, it was a young person. They were not young. That's not true. And you say, I don't have the will to fight. Asking if they should leave the country. I want to leave the country because that's all I've always wanted to. You know, um, I always wanted to like do international social work or live abroad. I want to live in Barbados is my dream. But um, when he said that, I was so taken aback, and it was a person of color, and I don't have the will to fight. I don't have the energy for that, and it just was like, damn, y'all on the internet That's all the energy people have is to fight on the internet. But not for their rights. People should be in the streets by now, I feel like. I doubt, those images, those visions. I want y'all to know what I'm saying. I'm not saying to like, um, we have many realities to. You're still researching countries, Shay? We have many realities to face, is my point. But the things that I've said in my past videos, like when I would channel, especially with Harriet Tubman, the things she would show me, I know that's going to come to pass. That everyone's going to be out in the streets. Um, and sure, that's great, but I don't know. And sure, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It should be for something else other than humanity, maybe as a whole. I don't know, but uh, no kings. That I don't want to say they need to change the focus now. People have to march for each other, like for real. Not just a topic you want to choose, not just like a topic that you saw Venezuela, or no, march for everything. Human rights for everyone. And I'm not trying to be like a all lives matter sort of thing. Absolutely not. But I'm saying at this juncture, there's so many violations of simple human rights and basic needs for people in this country and globally. But let's focus here. I mean, we're going to work because we have to. We got to work. But I don't feel like there's like I don't feel like there's leaders or mentors for real. All the outrages add up though, but it's only on the internet. All the outrage adds up, but there's not enough demand. It's just outrage. There ain't enough demands. Everybody just no kings, Okay, so you got to go the next mile, right? You can't kneel forever. You have to go the next mile. You got to be in these rooms with these people. You got to demand. You got to go to their offices. You got to do all of that. Hugh Laurie, I don't see that. I'm sorry. I I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but we have to move beyond what we're doing now. Demand, right? You protesting and marching. I'm not saying that's not happening. I know there are advocates and activists. I know they exist. I know there are things being done on the ground. I know that. But I'm talking about marching and protesting is to draw attention to something, but you have to go further. You have to go further than that. And demand, just not, you have to demand from the state you live in. Like, you got to demand and we have to be sit down with these people, but it's all disjointed, and everyone is so divided. that, divide and conquer has been mastered. And so now everybody's just sort of sitting worried about all of these other all these other issues as opposed to just human rights. Because while there are activists and there are people doing things, people are also like, there's so many non-for-profits being shut down in New Jersey alone. It's a blue state too because of funding and all those things, resources, that. So that should we are people are not losing enough. Everyone is, but we'll get there. Sometimes we need to experience the um sometimes we have to experience the unimaginable. Sometimes we have to witness the unimaginable to activate ourselves as humans. Yes, you have to boycott. That's one main action. That's so important, Krusty. Right, they give things, but are people doing it? Is what my point. Avocado toast. I don't think people are doing it. I disagree. I'm sorry, Hugh. Not enough people. Money is all they care about. That's it. Money is all they care about. Money is all they care about. I didn't say it's not happening. I said it's not enough. It's not enough. Yes, I know how grassroots movements start. Yes, we're protests. We're past protests now, is my point. Time for action. More action. It's time for action. Yeah, we need more aggressive action. We're past normal process. We are we are we're in the red of survival. We need aggression. But soon we're not going to have a choice. Nobody People are already not even spending their money now. And that means, Hugh, you're absolutely right. And boycotting means, um it means sacrificing nearly everything in terms of what you consume, in terms of how you what like even what streaming of services you pay for using Amazon, all of those things that have been um, uh, foisted upon us and is insinuated in our lives, and now it's pervasive. We would have to like go back to we would have to turn our TVs off and computers and just read books. I don't know. We would have to. There's so many things that sweatshopping get. It. What is Italy doing? If you can't afford the boycott, then that's my whole point. If you can't afford to boycott, when you that's what a boycott is. It's sacrificing and figuring it out from there. What do I think of the monks walking for peace? I think that's dope. I think that's amazing. Oh, what were they boycotting? I don't think people. Yeah, I don't. You know, maybe more suffering needs to happen. I don't know. Maybe people need to. I have no idea, child. Because I know what I see. I know how people have been affected by what's happening. I know the long term implications of our health and our education, our food alone, our medical. And so we're far beyond, we have micro and we have macro. And with macro, it just seems like now, me speaking of this way doesn't mean I don't have hope or I don't believe they'll get it together. I do. But I could hold space for what the reality of what is happening now. Um, we need to see things like more Mamdanis and more, you know, so people could remember. I think people forgot. They either are just like, the government will take care of it. And so they just kind of sleepwalk through everything. And, you know, they don't know what to do because they're, being affected. They won't do it, Spiritual Sean. And the young people used to be the ones. They used to be the ones. But for some of them, there's a education problem. The young people used to be the ones, but maybe they need to suffer too. Maybe they really need to like understand what it means to get things taken away from you before you get tired enough to fight for your rights. They don't. When that person, he was 27 years old. He said, "I don't have the will to fight," and I think it has a lot to do with education. It has a lot to do with being beaten down by a system now is so complex that it appears that you're benefiting from it, that it appears that everything is so easy and right to your fingertips to where you don't even have to think. You have an AI just you're doing everything for you. And so they don't have the will. It's just like what's that movie? That Disney film where everyone's just watching everything virtually. That's where they are. And so they maybe aren't thinking of the implications really. When this class of kids graduate and try to get into college, and they're until they're told, that's when they'll really understand when they get into college and they're told this is what's happening. You're not going to be able to afford this, or this is what you'll have to pay, or when their dreams are taken from them. This is the only time people activate. Yes, it's Wally. The pandemic messed up a lot of them. Those are pandemic kids. From that 3 to 5 year stretch. Yeah, yeah. Well, millennials are the burnout. Um, we're the burnouts. We are the most burnt out generation. I'm an elder. I'm an elderly millennial, and we are the burnout generation. It really stunted their development overall. A lot of them were either in school, like high school, or starting college. And so terrible. Gen X. Gen X is the abandoned generation. Y'all was just abandoned. See, I'm a millennial, but I also call myself a zennial because elder millennials got the tail end of the 80s. Right. Zennial is a term with the X there between. We're like on the cusp of, we're not Gen X millennials, but those of us born in like 1984, it feels like, we're, they coined the term Zennial because we still got the residuals from Gen X time, some of it, at least the end of it. So we still had, I think like with any, I was brought up in the 90s, but so much of the 80s is also part of my life. I think we are not the same. I like that we're classified. We're classified actually, because there were significant things that happened between the boomer generation and up to Gen Z. And that why the millennial generation is called the burnt out generation, because that's a whole other video. Yeah, I think the 60s, 70s, and 80s were um, very significant. Lots of change, lots of progression. The 90s, sure. The 90s were um, more expansive in terms of like pop culture and politics and stuff, but also a lot of issues in the 80s and 90s. Um, and now we're going backwards. So we're going right back to the 50s. in the 40s and the 30s. Or they're trying to. Good luck with that. All right, guys, I'm tired. I gotta go. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. How? Couldn't tell you. But we'll be good. We'll be alright. You know, I was brought up in the 90s, and there are lots of the 90s that I enjoy, but I don't know if I love the 90s. Which is strange for me to say because there's so much that I love about it, but I don't know if I love the 90s. I think I love the 2000s more than the 90s. Thanks, guys. Like this video. It's all right, Hugh. Thank you for coming. The 90s was my heyday. Oh, that's cool. You're an illustrator. Hmm. Yes. Take care of yourselves. Engage in some self care. Make sure you're resting. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Eating lots of salads and broccoli and veggies. Make sure you're getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Get more if you need more. Bring joy into your life. Remember to pray and focus on the good, focus on the positive. Things will get better eventually. Chamomile tea is good. It relaxes me. All right, guys. I'll see you again soon. I'll probably upload something this week. Probably do a Q&A. But I'll see you, okay? And it's all about love. All right, guys. Bye.